Have no fear, ladies and gentlemen, Daddy is back. That's right, after a long month-and-a-half hiatus, I'm ready to come back to Bill's YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a fantastic break, I'm not going to lie to you. Throughout that month and a half, I've had a lot of time to really go soul searching. I had a really good idea of where I want to take this YouTube channel in the future, my fair share of jacking off, let alone I am rejuvenated and ready to get back into it. Down Mafia, I have missed you with every ounce of my being, and I am absolutely pumped to start off this damn season of some off-season content. That was a bit of a mouthful, but hey, I'm rusty. Give me a break. Read that title correctly. And I know several of you are already mid-comment being like, Dan, what the hell are you talking about, dude? Hold this L. 13 seconds. Bills will never win a Lombardi. You know what? At the end of the day, I'm going to have to kindly tell you to go f*** yourself. I sincerely believe, and honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if several other Bills commentators or even other commentators for other teams, I know for a damn fact that a lot of people in the national media have said this, the Buffalo Bills were the best team in football in 2021. Now, as many of you probably know, I was very pissed off about the ending of that Chiefs game, right? But at the same time, I wasn't going to be that person and say, oh, damn, it's all because of the overtime rules, etc., etc. Granted, this is an entire different conversation. I'm sure that you guys have been paying attention to the fact that several teams have been petitioning the NFL to change the rules. I'll be really curious to see if anything is implemented going on into the 2022 season. But at the end of the day, that was just the luck of the draw, right? When you look at Josh Allen, the only thing that man did wrong was call heads in that situation. If, for example, the Buffalo Bills were to win that coin toss, there is absolutely no doubt in my mind that we would have ended up winning the Super Bowl. I guarantee you. No disrespect to Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, no disrespect to the Super Bowl champions Matt Stafford and the LA Rams, but when you stack both of those teams up together, the Buffalo Bills would have absolutely annihilated both of them. I think really when it came down into the Chiefs game, I think that it was just an absolute heavyweight bout, and we just ended up drawing the wrong card, if you will. We ended up losing the coin toss. If you were to give Josh Allen one more possession, I guarantee you Dude Man would have continuously ran down the field, and we would have made that progression right into the AFC Championship. But unfortunately, that's just not how it ended up working out. So this month and a half, I've been thinking about football a lot. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, I was basically that guy that was reflecting, looking back, what went wrong. I feel like that I've made that transition to accept it at this point and just be thankful of what we ended up going through in 2021 into the 2022 playoffs. And let's be honest with ourselves, it was a damn up and down type season, right? I mean, you had a very inconsistent regular season. I think the cherry on top was certainly losing against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And so I'm legitimately sipping a nice little bourbon right now, and I just about gagged thinking that if we could have just beat the damn Jaguars, then we would have ended up being the number one seed going into the playoffs, and maybe things may have been a bit different. But that's just the luck of the draw. But one thing I wanted to call out was the fact that our playoff performance was completely lights out. It's funny because I feel like every single year there was always Josh Allen critics moving the goalposts, right? So, I mean, obviously his rookie season, he's not accurate. Second season, same thing. Third season, he proved them all wrong. Absolutely lighting things up, leading us into the AFC Championship. But then once we ended up losing in the playoffs, they moved the goalposts over, and then they said, Josh Allen plays like shit in the playoffs. Was not the case whatsoever this year. So safe to say, if anything positive comes out of this, if anyone can look you in the eye right now and even question that Josh Allen is not arguably the best quarterback in the damn league right now, they're out of their mind. You can't move the goalposts any further. So some things to be happy about. I'd say Josh Allen, of course. I think that a lot of people were kind of mad about the whole inconsistencies, especially in the regular season. I think a lot of that had to do with the fact with our offensive line. really the overall blocking schemes, the run game taking a long-ass time, their sweet-ass time to develop practically anything. But Dude Man ended up showing up in the playoffs, and in my opinion, I think he earned every single penny of his contract during those playoff performances. So that's something to help rest our heads a bit easy as we go into this offseason. There's a couple of other shout-outs I wanted to say. Our defense, minus the Chiefs game, obviously, was still absolutely top tier. I'm hoping once we end up getting into 2022, that Trey White has a speedy recovery and we end up addressing that CB2 position, because I really think that Levi Wallace is not going to be a Bill going on into this upcoming season. But overall, defense was absolutely fantastic. It looks like we're seeing a lot of starters come back. And then I would say, last but not least, Dawson Knox, right? I mean, who were to know that Dude Man would have made the leap that he would have made going in to the 2021 season? I mean, I'm not sure if you guys have been watching me for a long time, but you knew that I was a huge Dawson Knox critic going into the 2021 season, and he absolutely ended up proving us wrong. Overall, our entire team, when we were on, and I mean, everyone always described them as Jekyll and Hyde, we were the best damn team in that league, right? And at the end of the day, we just ended up getting completely shafted off of not calling tails. So I'm really curious to see how the NFL is going to address this. I know a lot of teams have ended up petitioning this, but at this time, I'm not going to be the kind of YouTuber that's going to sit back and live in the land of what if. And the only thing that we can do right now is look into the future and be happy that we still have a pretty large core of our team coming back next year, and Josh Allen's contract is not going to really take effect until the following year. Although that, you know, that I think cap space is an entire myth, especially once we have the wizard himself, Brandon Beane, at the helm of our front office. I think we'll be all right regardless. But there's a lot to look forward to this upcoming season, and I am so happy to be back to start littering you guys with Bills off-season content. As many of you know, I have a bunch of damn ideas for this off-season. There's going to be virtual GMs. There's going to be like top 5 defensive ends we should look into. Whatever it is, I would love for you to go on ahead and leave a comment of anything that you want to see. Are there any videos this offseason that you would be interested in seeing? Whether or not that it's film study. I'm not the best at film study, I'm not going to lie to you. But I'm happy to do virtual GM, cap space, you know, free agent targets, mock drafts. I really want to hear from you, Dom Mafia. Thank you so much for tuning in to a long-awaited edition of the Dom Mafia Report. And before I let you go, you better always remember, let's go, Buffa.